Who has filed bankruptcy? Well, Abraham Lincoln is believed to have filed bankruptcy. Ulysses S. Grant, President of the United States. Walter Hershey, Hershey Candy Bars, Hershey, Pennsylvania, 3 times filed bankruptcy. Henry Ford filed for bankruptcy twice. Walt Disney once. John Connolly, Secretary of the Treasury once. Donald Trump was constantly talking about how he's the biggest, meanest, baddest bankruptcy ever in the world in his book, The Art of the Comeback, because his financial empire has been and is at times in serious trouble. He's had to look at Chapter 11. Also, I should mention that Texaco, TWA, Murchison Oil, numerous other Fortune 500 companies have had to file for bankruptcy protection. Most consumers can't believe that they are having a financial problem, which is the equivalent of not being to accept that you're having a health problem which requires surgery. Most of us want to avoid that which is unpleasant. The reason some very successful Americans file bankruptcy is because they realize that success is the ability to get up one more time. Disneyland in Orlando, Florida is 46 square miles, and the town of Groton is 42 square miles. Ford is one of the world's largest manufacturers of automobiles. Hershey, one of the largest producers of candies. What do they all have in common? The ability to get up one more time. And they turned the lemon into lemonade. They turned the negative into a positive. And if you want to be very successful, run out and find the largest negative you can put your hands on and turn it into a positive. Ford was told that it was impossible to produce an inexpensive and reliable automobile because it required so much skill to produce a car that at that time they're only really the toys of the rich. He turned what seemed to be an impossible negative into a positive. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone because he was trying to find a cure for deafness. Deafness, he was told, was impossible to cure. In my book, The Fast Track to Credit, I point out that 80% of improving your credit is having a positive attitude. I ask, can you say out loud, will I improve my credit report? Can you challenge yourself to save up any debt which you discharged in bankruptcy? Are you willing to commit yourself to turning the negative into a positive? I have specific procedures to help you develop this attitude and develop new habits. But are you willing to be positive? That's very important. Many people still just feel that there's a stigma to filing bankruptcy, and indeed, it is a serious step. Please remember what Eleanor Roosevelt said. No one can hurt you unless you give them permission. People can look down on you, and you can feel bad about yourself only when you agree or permit yourself to accept their judgment.